Black Adam. He's the most powerful man on Earth. But what if he has to fight against somebody who's not from around here, who's not from Earth? What then? Can Black Adam change the power hierarchy in the DCEU? Can he really beat Superman in a fight? Well, let's go figure that out. Cue the music.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
No. Not that music. What's up, guys? I'm Daniel. This is DanCo. We do fight breakdowns like this one every week, plus the occasional ranking video or things like that. So if that seems interesting to you, we'll sit back and enjoy the video. Hit that like button. If you want to, well, hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Also, just a disclaimer right off the bat, spoilers ahead for Black Adam. I guess this video itself could be considered a spoiler, but The Rock, Black Adam himself, kinda already spoiled that one, so you can't blame that on me. Secondly, I don't care what Warner Brothers has to say about it. I'm gonna include all versions of Cavill as Superman. So that means Snyder Cut. Because honestly, screw them for saying that releasing that movie was a mistake and trying to take it from the canon. That's just stupid. And let's actually start out with talking about the newcomer, Black Adam. Teth Adam, better known by legend as Black Adam, is the former champion of the Wizard Shazam and the Council of Wizards. He was bestowed the powers of the Egyptian gods. With these gifts, freed his people from the former King of Kahndaq and would go on to become the ruler of his homeland. However, he became increasingly more brutal and ruthless along the way, unintentionally releasing the 7 deadly sins, killing countless millions of people. Due to this, he was imprisoned by Shazam for 5,000 years, until he was released and called upon to save Kahndaq one more time. Black Adam has the powers of 6 different Egyptian gods: Shu, Horus, Mon, Tahuti, Aton, and Mehen. And while some of those aren't the most useful things for a fight, like the courage of Mehen or the wisdom of Tahuti, we can definitely talk about his strength, his durability, his speed, and his lightning. Black Adam is incredibly strong in the movie, and he's got absolutely no problem of using that strength to kill anybody in his path. Seriously, the guy has no chill. He'll send you flying miles away without even blinking an eye, or easily rip apart vehicles, clap his hands, and create a shockwave. Sometimes he'll even create shockwaves with just his punches. But the most impressive thing he ever did was catch a gigantic statue and lift it up over his head, easily holding it up. Now, scaling on this might be a little bit off, but I think it's safe to say that it's about the same size as the Washington Monument, which would weigh like somewhere between 80 to 100,000 tons. And if we just throw those numbers on the champion statue as well, this is easily one of the most impressive strength feats in the DCEU. Like, easily. Superman is flying around lifting apartment buildings, while Black Adam is out there carrying around statues that weigh 10 to 12 times as much. Not even fair. Black Adam is also incredibly tough. He can take explosions and not even flinch, and is completely and totally bulletproof, to the point where heavy mounted machine guns just kind of bounce off his face. He was able to take attacks from Hawkman and his nth metal weapons, which while they do rock him, never draw any blood or put him down. And then while he was put down for a few seconds by a punch from Atom Smasher, the only thing that seemed to consistently hurt him was the magical Eternum energy. It would leave cuts and burns, which he would then just heal up with his lightning. And then, man, is Black Adam fast. Like, this was one of the things that shocked me the most in the movie. Black Adam is just so fast. You could possibly put him up there with The Flash or Superman, because Dwayne Johnson, who's also a producer on the movie, so it's kind of like the word of God here, said that Black Adam is faster than light. He's constantly using his speed, flying around leaving after images, catching bullets, redirecting rockets. He's even got his own Quicksilver scene, where he's able to see the world in slow motion and take down everybody, all while an explosion is frozen in place behind him. Then he's able to just humiliate Hawkman and constantly blitz him, even though Hawkman is able to react to lightning. He's able to outdo Wonder Woman's bullet feat, intercepting a bullet that was fired at much closer range, and while he was further away too. He traveled from Russia to the Middle East, and from the Middle East to China, all within seconds, even creating a sonic cone while surroundings just zoom past him, like he's Makari or something. But it seems like Black Adam's favorite tactic is just to spam lightning everywhere. He's able to fire out bolts of lightning that can completely disintegrate a person. But it's really so much more than that. He can blow a hole through a mountain and essentially vaporize the rock, launch out bolts of lightning all around him, even release an omnidirectional blast in order to get rid of Dr. Fate's clones. But his most impressive showings are when he gets a bit too angry and his rage starts slipping out of control. The first explosion just ravaged the ancient palace and crumbled statues, killing everybody that was inside. But it didn't quite destroy the whole building. That same building was still standing 5,000 years later. The second explosion occurred when his powers raged out of control inside the Intergang mine. And while most of the brunt of the explosion went upwards and out of the mine, it still ground zeroed the entire base and more. Then his third explosion was because of a Shazam bolt, which sent up a mountain-sized tower of water and ice, and then sent out a shockwave that was even bigger and dispersed the clouds. Finally, in his fight against Sabak, he's able to channel his lightning and concentrate on just the demon, rather than losing control, and eventually rips him in half. Goes all Mortal Kombat on him.
I'll take you in without breaking you, which is more than you deserve.
I kneel before no one.
Krypton is dying, and no one really wants to admit it. Well, no one except Jor-El and Lara. They're the only ones that seem to have any clue what's going on, and their only goal from then on is to save their son Kal-El. So they built a baby-sized spaceship and just launched him out into outer space, sent him hurtling towards Earth. I don't know why they didn't decide to build a rocket big enough for all three of them, but I guess they figured they would just kill themselves and their alien son was better off being raised by some random strangers in the middle of Kansas. They really lucked out too, because Kal landed on Jonathan and Martha Kent's front yard. And so instead of becoming a tyrannical dictator with godlike powers, he became Clark Kent, Superman, the world's greatest hero. Thanks to being exposed to a yellow sun, Superman, like all Kryptonians, gained godlike powers. Like, literally godlike. He's the most powerful member of the Justice League. He's easily more powerful than Wonder Woman. He's even on par with Hot Boy Zeus over here. And one of his chief powers is super strength. And Clark has done a whole lot of impressive stuff. He's definitely put those muscles to good use. But his best showing was shifting a whole tectonic plate in order to prevent an earthquake. And even though this happened off screen, and all we have to base it on is a newspaper article, why not include it? I mean, it's really not that crazy. Thor is literally doing stuff like this, and we've seen other Supermen do similar things. And in order to do something like this, to shift a tectonic plate, well, it would require 10 teratons of force and energy, or country-level strength, meaning that you could destroy a country with a punch. If a country was small enough, where you could destroy it with a punch. So some crazy strength. And all that translates over to how Superman throws a hit too. I mean, just look at the clashes between him and General Zod, all the destruction that caused. Look at how he was able to send Doomsday flying up into outer space, or just send him sailing. And then look at how he destroyed Steppenwolf. Steps is pretty tough too. He's fought against his own Doomsday in the past, and even destroyed a moon in their fight. He survived the destruction of a moon. Couldn't stand up against Superman and his punches. And here's the thing, Superman isn't just crazy strong. He's not just able to throw a mean punch, but like the best fighters out there, he can definitely take a punch too. Like, look at his fight against Doomsday. This monster's sole purpose was to kill Superman. He saw one statue of the big guy and he was done. It was all over from that point. He was gonna kill him. And at the beginning of the fight, Superman is actually doing really well. Gets him out of Metropolis, gets him out of the city, gets him up into outer space. And of course, that's when the military decided to launch a nuclear missile at his face. Probably not the best idea, especially in hindsight. But here's the thing, while Superman was injured, he took the blast. He took a nuclear bomb to the face. It was right back in the fight just a few moments later. It's even possible that Superman was weakened from the kryptonite from Batman earlier on in the night. So if that wasn't in play, then he might have just taken that nuclear bomb no problem. And that's not really the only time Superman has taken an attack on that just astronomical level, because there's also the World Engine. The World Engine is a Kryptonian terraforming machine used specifically to convert a planet's atmosphere and the literal composition of the world itself to become more like Krypton, making it so that Kryptonians can easily move on in there and colonize the place. Just the World Engine landing down was enough to completely annihilate a mountain. So that already means that it's made out of something that could withstand a mountain-destroying impact. And then not only did Superman destroy it, well, he did it while weakened and standing under a gravity beam that was single-handedly terraforming the Earth. And I mean, yeah, it was a slow burn, but this was gravity that was altering and changing the entire planet itself. Superman was at ground zero. He was taking all of that force, all of that power, and it was actually overpowering it and flying through it. That's crazy. But here's the thing, Superman isn't just strong, and he isn't just tough. No, those aren't the only two things he has going for him. He actually got a whole bunch of powers, like his freeze breath, or his hypersonic scream, or his heat vision. Oh man, his heat vision. He's able to slice clean through metal and blow stuff up. And we used to believe that he could reach temperatures as hot as 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But now, well, Superman's heat vision might actually be way hotter, way more powerful. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, we learned that Kryptonian metal could withstand its core being superheated to 3.5 million Kelvin. No problem. Which is absolutely no laughing matter. The center of our sun is only 1.1 million Kelvin. And yet, here's Superman consistently burning and cutting through Kryptonian metal.
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
Heroes don't kill people. Well, I do.
So, who wins here? Who's coming out on top? Well, Black Adam is the newcomer. He's the new toy that we all get to play with. And just like what happens whenever a new superhero movie comes out, we love to just wank him off. It happens pretty much every single time, so let's try our best to avoid that. look at this fight objectively. And if we're looking at it objectively, well, we know that these two are being portrayed as equals. Both have the power to destroy the world, and they recognize each other as such. I mean, at least Superman does. He even indirectly says that Black Adam is the only one who's come around who's on his power level, saying that the world hasn't been this scared since he actually first revealed himself and stepped onto the screen. Now, with that out of the way, I think Superman is still the stronger one out of the two. Yes, picking up that massive statue is insanely impressive, and Black Adam is constantly just yeeting dudes all around. But we're still operating off the assumption that Superman shifted a whole tectonic plate. I really have no reason to not believe this happened. I think it did, which would put Superman at 44 quintillion tons, or 44, then 18 zeros behind it. Now, obviously, this is insane. I can't wrap my head around this. But that's like an average tectonic plate. There are 8 big ones on Earth and then plenty of other smaller plates out there, and we don't know which ones Superman moved. He might have moved a much smaller one, but this would still put him comfortably above Black Adam catching a statue. I also think Superman is the faster one out of the two. At the very best, they're equals. And in no way can I say that Black Adam is the faster one, that he's faster than Superman. Because Superman can directly scale to the Flash, the fastest man alive. Saying that Black Adam is faster than Superman is essentially saying that he's just as fast as the Flash, because I think Superman is just a little bit slower than the Flash, and I'm not comfortable with saying that quite yet. Now, what I can say is that Black Adam has better energy powers. I like his lightning more than Superman's heat vision. Black Adam uses it a whole lot more. He's willing to completely cook a dude, and really has no problems just spamming this attack. And if it's enough to kill Sabak, then I think it's gonna be enough to injure Superman. And that's another thing. Black Adam has absolutely no problem with killing. He'll mow down enemies, rip off limbs, turn them to skeletons, throw them into the next state, even tear them clean in half. Superman might have been a little bloodthirsty when he first came out, but he's moved past that stage in his life, and in no way do I see him using the same amount of lethal force that Black Adam will. Black Adam is going to be going for the kill if he wants to, no question about it. Now, just because Superman isn't going to use deadly force doesn't mean that he's not going to use force. You can just ask Steppenwolf about that one. Now, I think the ultimate question here isn't really Superman versus Black Adam. It's Superman versus magic. Can magic injure Superman? And can Superman injure magic? Now, in the comics, Superman is weak to magic. So we love to say that Superman is weak to magic here in the DCEU. So that gives an edge to dudes like Shazam and Black Adam. Only problem is, we've seen absolutely no evidence of this weakness. None. And so, as of yet, I'm not convinced it even exists right now. They might write it in later, but I don't think it's here yet. Because that whole weak to magic thing should have given Wonder Woman the same advantage it would give Black Adam. And that's not how that necessarily played out. Secondly, well, we got this line in Shazam.
The weapons of man draw no blood from our kind. The only thing that extinguishes magic is magic.
So from that, it seems like we've been led to believe that only magic can injure magic. And to some degree, that's true. We can see it right here in Black Adam. He's not hurt by normal rockets, he is hurt by magic rockets. Only magic can hurt magic. But I also don't think that's actually literally true. Because here's my basic idea. I think there's a scale here, and it's a matter of degrees. Down at the bottom, you have bullets, rockets, missiles, batarangs, stuff like that. What Black Adam calls weak magic. Then right around here, this is the threshold, where attacks start getting powerful enough to where they begin to hurt, even through magical durability. And it just so happens that this is where a lot of the powerful magical attacks are. But I don't think it's actually starting to hurt them solely because it's magic. It's just a powerful enough attack to hurt regardless. And so if that's the idea, then within this scale, you can throw in things like a nuclear bomb or Superman's punch or something like that. And those are powerful enough attacks to where they can cross this threshold and hurt magical beings, regardless if the attack was magical or not. Now, what's my evidence for all this? Well, two things. One, don't think Hawkman is magical. Nth Metal is cool and all, but wouldn't necessarily say it's magic. And yet he was able to injure Black Adam and injure Sabbac. So non-magic injuring magic. 2. Well, we know Superman isn't magical. And we know Wonder Woman is. She's about just as magical as Black Adam and Shazam. And Superman was still able to injure her. So, why am I saying all of this? Because for right now, durability might be Black Adam's weakest point. He can take missiles and bullets just fine, but he was injured by Hawkman. He was put down for a few seconds by Atom Smasher. If you take away the idea of only magic can hurt magic and put Superman and Black Adam on the same playing field here, well, Clark has shown a way better ability to take an attack. Throw in that he's still stronger and just as fast? Oh boy. Now Black Adam's lightning and his straight savagery is gonna do some damage. It'll catch Superman off guard at first. But I still think Superman is the more powerful one out of the two. Now this is Black Adam's first movie. Give him some more time and I know he's gonna get more powerful. But as for right now, well, I gotta give it to the Man of Steel. Superman wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. And if you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You'll get to see more videos like this one every single week. And I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.